Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show, Jack Chow on East West Show with G&E TV. Yet you might find out the sitting is a little different than normal. Instead of sitting to the left, I'm right now sitting in the middle. To my left and to my right, they are, you can see, of course, they are the faces that you know already. And I would like to first, once again, introduce my good friend, attorney-at-law, Mr. Weil Zhang, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Weil Zhang was once hired by a very big firm at Wall Street. And from there on, his name gets bigger and bigger, and his reputation gets wilder and wilder. That's why we call him a Wild Zhang. What a nickname. That makes a huge point.
I love it.
All right, good. In law, well, we really need something who acts wild. We really need somebody who is, very aggressive rather than, right? Conservative. Yeah. To my left, of course, that's my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming, CPA for 40 years, yet he has a mind of 4 to 8 in between. Probably, right?
My mind's eternal.
And he is a very, very open mind, and he is a very, sometimes, I call him clear-minded, very clear, and the transparency I'm talking about. He is a famous writer who recently has published a book, a wonderful book, and the title of the book is Life is Simple, 100 Words to Live By. If you get inside of the book, I know you will decide to like this guy, I would say almost the first minute. So, to both of you, you guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. Jack.
All right, good. Yet, if we go deeper into the show itself, you might not like me that much, as you said just now, because we are talking about, number one, a very serious issue, very sad issue, that is about the killing death by police officer, Mr. Mike Brown, 18-year-old unarmed black guy, about which we did one show. I talked with Mr. Ken Hemming. We seem to reach an impasse. So that's why I get Mr. Weil Zhang here to break the impasse if we can. So for that, I say you might not like me as much as in the very beginning, right? So,
it seems to try to treat me like a hired gun for Jack already.
Right.
But I will maintain my neutrality on the subject.
Very good, very good, very good. If you recall, some time ago, over the case of Kelly Thomas, Mr. Zhang and I, we had quite a few times sitting together to talk about it, even though the result seemed to be a disappointment to me, but yet with his explanation from law point of view, I kind of accept it anyway for that. So let's get to the point. Now, what is your overall impression about the case and the consequence of the case?
Well, let me share one thought, if I may, with you. I explained all of my philosophies and my perceptions and my opinions very clearly yesterday, I think. And I think Wild should have the first chance to state how he feels, and then I can share mine at that time. I think it's a more logical sequence.
See how tricky he is? Right?
I
thought of thinking about having him say something.
Actually,
that's
can
a
I
foundation.
share at least some position from you so that I can give you my
all right, good.
My thoughts.
Oh, okay. Put it this way. What's your overall impression?
Sure.
Okay, it's up to you guys.
In essence, my position is we do not know the facts about the circumstances, step by step, moment by moment, that led up to the death of the individual, Mr. Brown. We do know that there was a physical confrontation. We have witnesses that say exactly the opposite thing. Somebody has an agenda, I don't know which one. And we do know that the officer was severely damaged in his eye from a confrontation within the police car. And so there's so much unknown about that. I'm completely unable to come up to any particular conclusion until all the facts are known. On the other side, I do believe that a violent rioter and loser has the same heart as any terrorist on this planet, including the guy that took care of our journalist recently. So I have no tolerance. I'm a zero tolerance person for violence, rioting, looting that are being used just as an excuse to perform those activities with really very little or no concern for Mr. Brown.
All right. Okay. So much said.
Okay.
What's your opinion?
I agree with Ken that there's really different versions.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, conflicting version about the situation.
All
but There's
right.
no camera. However, I think there's a common understanding here that is according to the autopsy, 6 bullets were shot into the victim
Yeah.
from the front. Okay. Assuming Ken's statement is correct that the officer got injured in the eye, is a severe injury, okay. However, we're talking about, let's say, a self-defense here. You have an unarmed person, assuming it's even on drug, okay, just rubbed several cigars,
Correct.
even before finishing smoking one of them.
Correct, yeah.
I think
10
that's
minutes
really
before.
the greatest thing. I think the police at least should let him finish one.
Yeah, I
Agree?
I'll agree with
joking.
that.
All right, okay.
But in any case, everyone has a self-defense. Self-defense, according to the legal definition, is very clear, simple. That means you have the right to defend or even kill the other one, the aggressor, only if, on 2 conditions, there's a life threatening
Yes, sir.
All
to
right.
you or to a third party,
Yes, sir.
or there's a severe, serious threat to the destruction of properties of yours or a third party's.
All right.
And in order to use so-called a deadly force to justify a self-defense, it has to be life-threatening.
All right. Good.
Now,
Good.
the next issue is whether or not a hit on the eyes is life-threatening. I think you should use your conscience. Under the circumstances, you have 2 police in the car, correct?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 in the
Yeah,
car.
it
Well,
there was
it
another.
seems to me,
I don't
according
know.
to my reading.
There is no argument about number 2.
There's
I
another
know he
police
was on
officer.
site. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's say
Yeah.
there's only 1. It's a 1-to-1. One, he
Right.
was sitting in the car.
Right.
Assuming he was hit in the eyes, sitting in the car, right? He's armed. Is that life-threatening when a person
To an
walked
armed
away?
officer.
He walked away, right? And he was shot from the back, and then he turned around. Even let's say, assuming he turned around and tried to attack, lurching against the police, try to attack them. Okay, you can self-defend yourself by shooting on so-called the non-fatal part of
Okay.
the body.
On the legs.
If you're that good a shot.
on the butt.
I think I've had a gun in my face, and I know if I had had an
Well,
opportunity
you're
to
in the
respond,
car, or you can just
It's not
sort of
easy.
spit away quickly and then come back and call for support, because it's that life-threatening. That's the definition I've been asked you. Whether or not the attack, assuming there's an attack from the victim, okay, then you have to consider whether life-threatening. It's unarmed, it's known. The only weapon he has is probably on drug and holding several cigars, and that's not considered a deadly weapon.
well, I think a
Not
body
that I
is a
like
deadly weapon.
this victim in any sense whatsoever.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about objectively whether or not the self-defense definition is fully justified or not. That's all.
Okay.
All right, and I like you very much, actually.
I love you. You're going to be my friend.
All
I'm
right.
warning you right now.
Sure,
You're going to be
sure.
my friend.
All
But
right.
but you're able to do something I'm not able to do. I'm not able to assume anything. I do not assume. So I will wait till the facts come together. And for example, you have the governor of Missouri now, and you have a state senator making absolutely outrageous comments about demanding prosecution, conviction, and punishment where there is no due process done yet. That has almost never happened before, that governor's in a fearful fight for his next reelection or something, and it's actually, those are evil statements. So I assume nothing until it comes in. I do know that I have factual, well, at least a firm position on my opinion of violent rioters and looters.
I think you misconceive my assumptions. The assumption I've given so far is really for the worst case in favor of the policeman. That's my assumption. Okay?
Say that, explain that. In favor of the policeman, I'm not sure.
That means assuming this victim was attacking the police.
Yes.
All right? Lurch him back and try to attack him. The fact that it was established that he was already walking away. After the shot, he tried to come back. Turn around. I don't know what turn around is, attacking or not.
Well, there was also a shot in the police car, according
my
to the report.
point is that
And that shot was when that man, Michael Brown, was trying to get control of the pistol.
Sure.
So that's not a very...
That's true.
Let me make one
Let me
answer.
finish that part. Assuming Ken is correct, that there was a shot, right?
Yes, sir.
As a result of a violent act by the victim in the car. But after he turned around, the deadly situation changed. After he left, he turned.
I don't know that
Right.
that
Aggressive
changes.
can change.
Very good.
But I don't
very
know
good.
that it changes
Very
in the
good.
mind
Let's take
of
a
the
short.
officer.
Let's take
I
a
had
short.
the gun, all right?
Let's
I want to attack you.
Let's take a short moment out.
I pull my gun, then
let's
I
take-
change my mind.
Sure.
I turn
All right.
around.
Hold
At
on.
that moment, the situation changed. You cannot kill me.
Let's
at that
take
moment.
a short moment out.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll continue. It looks that the discussion is kind of a heat, very much so.
No.
I like
Not
it.
actually.
All right, so we'll be right back.